They are killing Wesker, and then 9.5 PTB. Wesker is dead. I laughed there a little bit, but I'm actually not very happy. This video is probably going to be a little different. Like, these are just a bunch of games that were really fast that I had throughout the year. So this first game was literally last year. You'll notice the changes to the game throughout. Like here, we don't see the hook states. The map is probably a little different because I think they created more clutter in this one specifically after this. You'll also see the scratch marks. You could see the scratch marks so good here.
I'll see you dead.
Like I was actually watching this, I was like, holy crap, these scratch marks are good, and then they just fucked that, or like, I mean, every killer knows that era. Chapter 39, PTB 9.5. They're, quote-unquote, fixing Wesker's collision, like slamming survivors into other survivors and zombies and objects, trying to make that more consistent, which I appreciate. Throwing them into stuff actually sticks now, instead of them just sliding off and not taking any damage. But because of this, they also killed everything else about him, and to be honest, it's like I'd rather have those issues and still have him be as good as he is in live. He's so fun to play, and these changes to PTB makes him feel awful. Like when I have a video out talking about the PTB, and I talk about it a little bit. I played a few games, but I was more trying to see like hug tech spots and stuff like that, and I was having issues with his power. But I was thinking maybe it was just like the PTB or something like that, because like his rebound didn't exist. But I had watched the first stream talking about it, and he said that this has happened before in PTBs but never made it to live, so he's not sure if it's intended or if it's like an issue that happens with PTB. And that's what makes these testing so annoying, because it's like we're supposed to test all this stuff and like find things that aren't right. But it's like, how are we supposed to tell if it's actually something that's gonna go into live, or if it's just something that happens in PTB and it doesn't actually get to live and we're just over here freaking out for no reason. But after I posted that video, I was checking forums and stuff to see if anyone, like if Behavior said anything. Apologies for any like frog and throat sounds throughout the video. Like I was having a coughing fit while I was trying to record, but like I tried to go back and fix everything, but if I didn't, I am sorry. There was a community mod who posted, but it was Mandy. She said that these changes are an unintended side effect to the things they're trying to fix. They claim that there's effort being made to get these, like, get rebound and flicks back into the game before it goes live, but I don't trust that at all. Like, I think this is gonna go live, and they'll promise later that they're going to add it back in or fix it and make it come back, but how long would that actually take? Like, is that going to be days, weeks, months, years? Like, there's stuff that supposedly they want to fix on other killers that they just haven't gotten to, that have been bugged and like actual like broken bugs for years. And it's like, we're supposed to fucking believe that you would get this into the game before it goes live, or like what, you just say that just to appease us and make us shut up, and then it goes live and then it's like later we'll fix it, and then that just never happens? Like, no. Revert this if it messes them up and work on it some more, and then when it's actually good, when everything works, then bring it to live. That's how it's supposed to be. But it's like, we don't trust you. I really love this game, and more than just because like I think it's fun and stuff, because to be honest it's not very fun right now, but that's a whole nother rant that I'll probably do at the end of the video. I played this game when I was in a dark point in my life, like very dark. I don't want to get into details. Like when I do try to speak on it, I get super emotional because that's how dark it was for me, and this game was like my escape. I poured so many hours into it, and like even though it wasn't actual like hours to get good at the game. Like I was just like getting immersed and stuff like that. It was still there for me, so it's like, and then Wesker, like I found him, and then I just really wanted to get good with him. I saw like all the clips, you know, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want that to be me. I want to be that Wesker. And so it's like I did pour time into him and into this game, and just to have like all this happen is like really upsetting to me.
Just stop.
Like, I don't know, and I started YouTube because of this. Like, this is not the only game I play a lot. Like, I played World of Warcraft for most of my life, never even thought about posting videos, because it's like, I am not good enough to post videos. Wow. And then I played Destiny 1 and 2 for the rest of my other life, and I never thought of doing, well, I did think of doing videos for that, but I'm not good. So it's like people like to watch people who are good, right? This game was like the first one I was playing where I felt like I could post videos and people would watch them, because like there's just like so many killers, like trying to find someone who plays your specific killers. Like, so there's going to be like an audience who would want to watch me. And it's like, I don't really care if it's a gigantic audience. Like, I'm just happy if like a couple of people watch me. It's like mostly for me too, because it's like I just have so much fun, or like I try to have fun, or I'm like trying to get better, so it's like I want to showcase that. But I kind of getting a little side tangent here, but it's like this change just makes me so sad. And like, and it's not even like, even if the change doesn't go through, it was the fact that it was happening, and it's like it's not just Wesker that this is happening to. Like, other killers have just been completely gutted, or like they've been changed and people didn't like the change, but it was changed anyway. Like with Myers, there were like a lot of people who didn't like that he just turned into a dash slot killer. And then no, the Trickster, well, it's not a rework, it's an update, thankfully. So like they can at least tweak the numbers and stuff, and it's not like he's totally lost his identity or anything, but it's like he's so bad now. And then like the Wesker changes, it's like all the Demogorgon like leap spots have like invisible walls, so now like every other killer that can be affected by that is affected by it. Like Bubba's can crash into those invisible walls just dropping down, and it's like he doesn't even have a dash and he's getting affected. And then it's like you're taking away Sky Wesker, and it's like, why? Like, any killer expression and fun that exists or existed and is taken away, like, why even play killer? Like, killer itself isn't fun already, and so like we just cling on to like the little bit of fun that we can have with our specific characters, and all of that is getting taken away, and it just makes me sad. I was a little disappointed when they made hug text a little easier. Like, I was kind of like middle ground there, because it's like, man, all the hours I spent just trying to even do one, and I finally got it. I was so happy. Just for them to like months later just make it easier to do, but at the same time, like, okay, it's easier to do, but like you still have to know how to do it, like when you should use them. And then like that doesn't mean you'll be good with it, or like with instant hugs and stuff like that. So there's at least that. So I guess like the basics is easier, so that at least gets more people in. Plus it makes it easier for console. I think that was the thing, but like the rest of this, like console could do all of that already. Maybe it was a little more difficult because you'd probably have to have higher sensitivity, but the person I follow, I think his name is Saltnest. He's a console Wesker, and there's a streamer, the Wesker guy. He's also a controller Wesker. Like, he plays on PC now, I think, but he still plays on controller. And they can do all this stuff. They can hug tech, insta hug tech, omni hug tech, all this other stuff like I can't even do, and I'm PC, mouse, and keyboard. They do flicks way better than I do, and I'm mouse and keyboard, and they're controllers. So there's That's stuff they could do already. Like the hugs are a little easier now, so console has an easier time because it was because the 60 frame per second, not necessarily because it was hard for the controller itself. It was because of their frame limits that hugs were hard. Because for PC, if I dropped it down to 60, it would be really hard for me too. But it wasn't like impossible. But with like these changes, it's like why? Because now no one can do it, and now no one can play Wesker. And I just got done with an Alran video, and I really liked when he was talking about rebounds being a fundamental part of his power, and how it wasn't like a tech, or like how survivors would like to call it exploiting like the game and how it works. Because it's like, it's just how his power worked. Because like the momentum and stuff would cause him to like just bouncing off to travel a little further than like how it is now into PTB. Because like Blake, like he bumps into something, he like that's it just stops, right? But with Wesker, because of his momentum and stuff, like that was like built in with his power. That's also probably why he only has the 2 dashes, because there's like something with his power to make it so you can get around stuff for the most part. Like obviously not like everything, but like certain spots like you could use it and get value from it. And it's like they took that away. And then the flicks. The flicks are like part of his design as well. Like they're not exploiting anything. They're just using the input buffering that's in the game and being used by Wesker anyway. And like Wesker's not the only killer that uses it. Like any killer that needs like some input buffering to make them feel like streamlined would use it. So the input buffering is used in most modern games because when you press an input, if you're a few frames early, it won't register. So to make the game feel smoother, put input buffering. And what that is it's a little window of time the game offers you. So when you press your input, the game kind of stores it for a little bit, and when your character or whatever you're doing is available to use that input, it will immediately use it. And that's how you're able to do the flicks. But because they removed that, you can't do the flicks anymore. And flicks are pretty much mandatory thing you need to learn with Wesker to have a chance. Like you can't flick, you're never getting any survivor around any kind of loop because they'll just be around the corner by the time you get to your position and you can actually press your button. And then it's like it just feels really bad because you as a player, like you're obviously feeling this and like you're just pressing the button and like nothing is happening and you're like, why the heck am I not doing anything? And then by the time it does something, it doesn't bring value because the survivor is long gone, or maybe you're like trying to figure out what's going on and you're looking the wrong direction and then you go that way, which is not where you wanted to go. Yeah, it's gonna cause real big issues, and I was definitely feeling it in PTB. I just didn't know what was going on. So Elran has about 1,000 hours on Wesker alone, and I have not even 300 hours on Wesker.
I'll see you dead!
And I didn't even know about the input buffering thing, but after he explained to me, it makes sense now. And now I actually understand what was going on. But when I was testing him out in the PTB, I actually didn't know what was going on. And it felt awful. Like I couldn't use my power, I couldn't figure out why. I just figured it was like the PTB server or something, maybe something like PTB. It was awful. I could feel it. I don't have as many hours, and I was able to feel it. I just couldn't pinpoint what it was exactly. But yeah, these changes cannot go through. Wesker will be unplayable if he does. Like, what's he gonna do with his fucking Regan 2 little dashes? Like, are they serious? Yeah, so it's like, they took away the rebounds and the flips, and it's like, those are things that Wesker needs. Like, the hug text, which they made base kit easier, that's for style points. Like, there's very few situations where you have to hug tech to win this mind game over here in this loop kind of situation. For the most part, all of your loops and countering them and outplaying them is the rebounds and flicking. And they took that out. They took that away. but they made hug text easier. It's like, can you make it make sense? Like, if hug text were exploiting and like we're not supposed to do that, like why would you make that easier but then take out like non-exploiting text? Like that didn't even exploit him in any way. Like they're just how he works, and it's how he worked since he came out. It's like you can't have him out for like years and then be all like, whoopsies, he was never supposed to work this way, we're taking that away now. At that point it's part of his identity, and like you just can't do it without negative consequences. Like I just like, after watching that video with Allrun explaining it all, and like now it makes sense, because it's like I was feeling this stuff, it's just I couldn't pinpoint what was going on. I was just like maybe it's lag, maybe it was the server, maybe it was PTB, or like maybe I was doing something stupid, I don't fucking know. Like just like survivors complain that they have no idea what's going on half the time. Like, do you think we as killers know half the time with our own fucking killer? Yeah, so I found all this out like after I did my video, or at least did like the recording for it, voice recording for it, and it's probably a good thing. That entire video would have probably been me just ranting about them killing Wesker. Like, it just, I don't know, it just seems to me that Behavior wants to get rid of the killer side, like having fun and stuff, like how dare we, like we're not allowed to have fun, but like you're continuously giving fun stuff to survivors. And it's like, I understand like survivors is where the money is at, because there's way more of them. Like all survivors are pretty much just a skin, so there's incentive to like buy more like survivors and then their cosmetics, because like you can interchange and it's like just still the same. Like you can't really do that with killers, unfortunately. Like I like a lot of the skins for some of the killers, but it's like, and I would love to buy them, but it's like I just don't play the killers, so it's like the investment is not like good, and that like why would I buy something that I'm never going to touch or use, you know? And it's like, I get it, but like you can't just like leave us killers like, in the dust or in the grave, or like wherever the fuck you need to just toss us on the shelf, collecting fucking dust and like just making like the experience just miserable. And it's, I don't know. I think I'm just going on a rant here, pretty much just repeating what everyone else has been saying, but it's like, I picked up Wesker because he's fun, because he has these things, because he has such a high degree of masterability that even the best Wesker right now still hasn't reached. Like, there's so much you can do, but it's like you're taking that away, so he's just useless. And it's like, why even play him at that point? Like, if these do go through and like there's no communication on if the fixes are gonna happen or rebounds and that they're gonna come back and they just need a week or two, like maybe I'll give them a month or two. But then after that, it's like, what do I play then?
High performance indeed.
Just like annoy survivors and go play Ghoul and Blight and Nurse. All these really powerful killers, but they don't have fun either. Like, I guess that's what Behavior wants us to do. Like, just kill everything and then funnel us all into like just those 3 killers, and then like that's the only killers they need to worry about, and then they can balance the game around them. And it doesn't matter if the low tier killers get fucked in the process because no one's playing them anyway.
Playtime's over.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, this video's kind of turned into like air my grievances, like diary or something. Like, I probably like feel it more like right now because my character specifically is getting targeted this time. But I know like other killers have been changed or threatened to change and they like reverted it. So it's like, it's pretty much everyone on the killer side, where it's like every time we see our killer's name in some patch notes, we're all just like sitting here like, oh god, what are they doing now? Yeah, and sometimes like changes happen that aren't even like part of the patch notes. People find out like just trying to play their character. Like I heard Chucky had something removed in 9.5 PTB. I don't know exactly because I'm not a Chucky main, but yeah, this game was nice. So these Yunjins, I think they were a duo and they were trying to do head-on, bully squad tactics. I'm pretty sure she jumped back into the locker there, but I was like, nah. And I came over here. Come after this Claude. But I actually want to point out, like, remember in the first game where I was talking about like the scratch marks and how nice they look and how bright they are? Like, try to remember that and look at these scratch marks. This is pretty much like current version scratch marks, and this is their quote-unquote like fix when they messed them up. Like, you'll see that a little bit better when you go chase her around Shack, but like, look at these, like, it's not as good. Like, you can barely see them. Sometimes around the corners, like, they still like disappear, and it's kind of hard to track. Like, the ones on Midwich, they were like everywhere and so bright too. That's another thing. The default red is so light that this pink color I have is actually like brighter and it's easier to see, but it's like you could barely see these things. And like, they're not coming up onto the walls or anything to try and indicate where they're going. Yeah, here's where I get that grab while I'm blinded. Well, when she gets back over there, because she just ran around this hill. Yeah, like, look at it. Like, sometimes gets up on the sides of the rocks, but like this building, like, they should be everywhere. Yeah, right here. To be honest, I was so proud of myself. I was like, yes. Like, actually, should I be proud of myself? Like, I played this game way too much that I knew exactly where the window was in relation to the Shack pallet door. It's like, I don't know if I should be proud or disappointed in myself. Yeah, the only time the scratch marks went on the side is if they're like running, like hugging the wall like that tight. But like, here it's like just on the ground and like you can barely see it, especially like this is a good map to show. It's like anywhere where there's like the grass and stuff, like you could barely see it. And like that Midwich map, like it was so bright and like so much. I can't remember why the scratch marks got messed up, but then I was like, they did not fix them to how they used to be.
You'll pay for that.
I've actually seen people using the yellow scratch marks, so I think I want to try that. See if that's better, but I'll have to change them if I get airy. I got the yellow scratch marks on a yellow map would work out. Or I don't know, maybe somehow it still works out. Gotta test it to find out.
There's no point.
Yeah, she got into this, but like, did she had to have messed up the head on. Like, I'm assuming she was because she just stopped wiggling. Yeah, and here's this. Ale. Yeah, this is the end of the game. Thank you for sticking around this long if you managed to get through it all. It was a long rant, but thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, comment. Bye.